Am I the a-hole for refusing to help my brother pay for his son's medical expenses after how he treated me when I needed help? My brother, 30M, and I, 28F, have never been particularly close. He's always been the golden child of the family, stable career, beautiful home, and seemingly everything in order. My life, on the other hand, has been a roller coaster of ups and downs. A few years ago, I hit one of the lowest points in my life. I lost my job unexpectedly, and with no savings to fall back on, I was on the brink of being evicted. Desperate and scared, I reached out to my brother for help. I asked him if he could lend me $800 to cover my rent. I promised to pay him back as soon as I found work again. It wasn't an easy call to make, but I didn't have many options. His response was a blunt no. He told me he had a rule about not lending money to family because it always leads to problems. He didn't show any empathy or even ask how I was managing. I was crushed. I managed to scrape by selling some personal items and borrowing small amounts from friends, but the whole ordeal left me feeling abandoned by someone I thought I could count on. Fast forward to last month, and the tables turned. My brother's wife lost her job, and they've been struggling financially. I hadn't been keeping tabs on their situation, but out of the blue, my brother called me. He sounded panicked and explained that his son, my 4-year-old nephew, needs a specific medical treatment they can't afford. They need $1,200 up front, which their insurance will reimburse later, but they don't have the funds right now. He begged me to help, saying they had no one else to turn to. I love my nephew. He's a sweet kid who didn't ask for any of this. But when my brother asked for my help, I couldn't help but remember how coldly he turned me down when I was in dire straits. I told him, "I'm sorry, but I can't help you." When he pressed further, I added, "You told me before that lending money to family is a bad idea, so I'm just following your example." He exploded, accusing me of being spiteful and putting his son's health at risk over a petty grudge. He said this was a completely different situation because it's about a child, not just someone failing to manage their life, his exact words. I didn't engage further and ended the call. Now my parents are involved, and they're furious with me. They keep saying, "It's about your nephew, not your brother," and that I'm being cruel by holding on to resentment. They've even offered to cover part of the amount if I'll contribute the rest, but I still refused. My stance is that my brother set the tone for how our relationship works. He made it clear that when it comes to money, we're not the kind of family that helps each other out. I know this decision impacts my nephew, and I feel terrible about that. But at the same time, I can't shake the feeling that if I give in, my brother will learn nothing and continue to treat me as an afterthought until it suits him. Am I the asshole for standing my ground? Or am I letting my pride get in the way of doing the right thing?